WB4AIZ listening.
W8WKY.
WB4AIZ, Katie at Assoc. I'm just setting up NetLogger right now. I'm a little short tonight there, Chuckles. How you doing?
WB4AIZ. Well, I hope that you are able to throw on us if you're a little short. Hi. Well, I should be better. I've been last couple days been kind of cough, and sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. I mean, I don't not lose it constantly, but and of course, you know what's that means. Well, whatever. But good pre-holiday, hope pre-Christmas and all that good stuff. So, anyways, take care. AS evened out. WB4AIZ.
All right there, Chuck. Well, you have a great night there, buddy, and we'll talk to you next time. KD8SLG, clear with WB4AIZ. KE8BHQ, KE8BHQ. Benjamin, are you out there?
KD8SLG, KE8BHQ. I'm out here and hear you loud and clear, Nick.
All right, man. I saw you link up there. Just wanted to check in with you, make sure this thing's working. And you want me to jump over you during the pre-show? I just keep you in there for the big show.
That's correct. That'll let me get back to work, and I'll talk to you guys on my drive home.
All right, buddy, that works for me. I can put my little asterisk next there to you there, so I am reminded of what to do. Dustin will give you a holler at the top of the hour. You drive safe, man. It's dark out there. KD8SLG clear with KE8BHQ.
W8WKY.
SLG, guys. We got about 4 minutes until my girl makes the announcement. Anybody out there want to get in on the early list right now? Give me a holler. KD8SLG, I'm listening.
Try to get in on the early one. WB8GKV, if you got it.
WB8GKV, KD8SLG. I got you in there, Ed. Thank you very much.
Gonna try it again. KE8YUK mobile.
KE8YUK mobile. How you doing, Lucy? What are you up to? You got all trivia tonight. Are you on your way home, or are you just gonna do it from mobile?
I am on my way home, and I should be home just in the nick of time. I'm coming home from my old school's concert, choir concert, where I used to, and it's good to see familiar faces, but I'll talk more about that on the net, and all trivia should be pretty solid. I'm excited about it.
Cool, cool. Well, I'm always excited about alt trivia, so there. All right. Well, you know what? And then I'm gonna jump over you during Mickey Mouse roll call, and let you make your way home, and we'll let Josh test the equipment for you. How's that sound?
Sounds fabulous to me, provided he's awake. He wasn't feeling too good today. But I should be home. I mean, I'm 5 minutes away now. Even if I don't make it in the early pre-show, I should make late pre-show.
All right, no worries. You know where to find me. KD8SLG, clear with KE8YUK. Tonight's alt trivia gal. Thanks, Lacey. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. KE8YUK, clear for now.
K5CFY, KD8SLG. Ray, can you give us a quick test on the Allstar?
KD8SLG, K5CFY. Loud and clear there, Mr. Nick. Sounds great.
All right there, Ray. Glad to have you on board. All right, everybody, the announcement's about 20 seconds away. Please stand by.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
All right, there's my girl. QST, QST, QST. Welcome to the BeaconNet pre-show, sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, right here on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. We meet here every Wednesday and Sunday night. We have a few laughs. We play some trivia. We get caught up with each other, see what's going on. You get people from all over the place in here. It's a really good time. This is the pre-show. I'm here to take early check-ins and in and outs before the big show starts at 10 o'clock. So we can just kind of rattle on through things there at the top of the hour. So, this is a controlled net. Your net control operator tonight is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf. KD8SLG, my personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo. Just Nick. We ask that you give your call sign phonetically and alphabetically, your name and location. Help us get you on the log here a little bit easier. As is tradition here on the BeaconNet, let's check in with all of our BeaconNet crew. Make sure everybody's radios are working properly before we get the party started. Mickey Mouse roll call it is. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Out there, Dustin?
KD8SLG and the BeaconNet pre-show. This is KD8EPC. We're here, ready, present, accounted for, and will be here for the start of the net at 10 o'clock. With that, this is KD8EPC, back to pre-net control.
All right, man, you're sounding fine tonight there, Dustin. We're going to do it all again for a couple hours tonight. Let's see if going to clear with KD8EPC. See if Nick and Knight's out there. KE8QKO. Good evening, Nick. How you doing?
KD8SLG, KE8QKO. Doing well, sir. Doing well. Sitting here, getting ready for the net to start up. And, yeah, just enjoying the no responsibilities tonight. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyway, with that, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
W8WKY.
Man, you were on your way to the gym at 7 a.m. this morning when I heard you on the barometer net. You earned yourself a cocktail tonight. How's that sound? All right there, Nick. No responsibilities whatsoever. Glad to have you on board. Going to clear with KE8QKO. Let's go up to the land of maple sugar and snow and all that stuff. Maple syrup. AB8MO. Good evening, Andy. How are you?
KD8SLG, this is AB8MO coming to you on the W8OKE repeater. Let's see here. Well, 1 out of 3 is still an F. So let's see. I had a failed attempt at the barometer net. Didn't get in on the border breaker net. I ended up here. Ended up going home early today because, while I am better, I was just tired to continue working, and I was too preoccupied. So sorry I didn't get in on the border breaker net, but I'm here, and I think everything is working. Sounds like we're having our regional packet loss issues up here in northern Ohio, but everybody else is fine. So this has been happening for the last couple weeks. The repeater and I share the same common bond, I guess. So, without any further ado, I think I've wasted my nickel and 90 seconds of everybody else's life. Back to this is AB8MO.
AB8MO, KD8SLG. I heard you this morning on the barometer net, Andy. I would have gotten you in there, but I had no way of communicating that to Fred this morning. And I did miss you on the board and breaker net this afternoon, but I'm glad you're here with us tonight. And All-Star issues have been sporadic. I see the board and breaker hub right now is resetting about every 15 seconds from the W8WKY. I don't have a remedy for that at the moment, but keep an eye on things. And thanks for being here, Andy. Going to clear with AB8MO. Talk to Mike. He's got our trivia tonight. KE8QWE. I hope you're feeling better, Mike. Go ahead.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, first things first, Nick. I let me hear the button on my radio. Messed up my memories. So this just happens. I said, well, instead of trying to screw around with the radio, I'll just use my phone. So I'm on Echolink, man. I am special. Yeah, I'm feeling a whole lot better. After a month, and I mean a month, I'm finally getting over this crap. Still coughing a little bit, but I'm good. I got trivia. I'm ready to go. So this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KD8SLG.
Well, Mike, you're sounding better. You definitely sound better on your radio than you do on Echolink, but I think everybody does. But glad we got you here for trivia tonight, Mike. All good. Let's see if Lucy's still out on the road or if she made it. I'll give her a call. K8YUK. Lucy, you out there?
K8YUK to KD8SLG. Yep, I'm out there and getting gas and struggling. So I'm going to pass it back to you guys. I'll be home in a sec. K8YUK, clear.
All right, Lucy, looking forward to all trivia tonight. Going to clear with K8YUK. And, all right, we made it through Mickey Mouse roll call. That's a good thing. All right, let me tell you who I got on the list, then we'll start taking some check-ins. I got WB4AIZ, Chuck was in and out in Florida. K8VKA, Josh, W3ETB, Eddie, K5CFY, Ray, K8YUG, Josh, K8BHQ, Benjamin, KC0LRM, Kelly in Tulsa, WB8GKB, Ed, KA8MNT, Tom, KE8VZA, Eric, KG4SCK, Mark, and KC3MWK. Who else wants to get in the party tonight? I'm taking early check-ins and in-and-outs for the Beaconette, starting at the top of the hour. This is WWJY. I'm KD8SLG, and I'm listening.
Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Chico with a comment in and out.
No one else is biting, Chris. Go ahead. Let's have your comment.
And from the Christmas party, the XYL Lisa is still giggling at your comment of your own vehicle. She's still laughing. I can't believe it. I'm still laughing at that. He said that. He called his car that, and I'm still laughing at that. And she's still laughing at that. I said, do you remember what Nick called his car? And she said, yeah, and she said it. She's still giggling. So that's all I got. KD2HC, back to that.
All right, man. Well, you're going to have to remind me what I called it. Go ahead.
What did Nick call his car? Come on, hurry up. What did he call his? There you go.
I did not hear her.
He didn't hear you. Can you hear her that time?
Mama's car?
Yeah, that's what you called it. Yes, that's Nick. That's just Nick.
All right, well, I call it that because it actually was my mom's car. So it was actually my mama's car. So there you go. All right, Chris, I got you in and out with a comment tonight. Thanks for stopping by. I added KC3QFC. Who else is out there wants to get on the list tonight? I'm listening.
KB8PXM, Charlie.
Wow, it is quiet tonight. All right, I asked for 2 rounds of check-ins. I added KB8PXM there. Charlie, are you going to stick around with us tonight, or are you getting ready to go to bed? And I heard you had some router issues. How you doing?
Oh, I tell you, a couple of trips to get things straightened out. The internet people give me they say, "Oh, go buy this one." So I went up there and I find out it was like going in and asking for a Chevrolet. A trip home, and it wouldn't hook up to the cable or the fiber modem. So back up and got it working. But if you're having computer problems, feel good because the Voyager 1, 46 years old, 15 billion miles away, and it's got computer problems too. So I wonder how long it takes to transmit something to it and get it received. But yeah, I'm just gonna hit and miss tonight again. I was on HF a little bit, and it looks like 20 meters pretty well went dead by now. So say hello to everybody, and KB8PXM back to net.
KB8PXM, KD8SLG. Well, despite all the driving, I'm glad you got everything worked out there. And Charlie, it's great to hear you elsewhere. And for those of you who don't know, Charlie runs the WatchNet on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock on the Millersburg repeater. And I always make the announcement during the ClubNet to try to drag a few people over there. It's a really good time. You should join us if you're going to reach it down there. Going to clear with KB8PXM. Charlie, have a great night. Let's go to the top of the list and see who's sticking around tonight. Starting with KE8VKA. Josh, how you doing tonight? And are you sticking around for the big show?
K88SLG, KE8VKA. Yes, sir. I'll be sticking around. And I hear Lucy walking in, so she will also be here on time. Sounds good. Dang it, I had something I was going to say. I'm very proud of myself. I was able to put Betty to sleep successfully, and I didn't think I'd be able to do that. I've done it before, but tonight she was particularly rowdy, and she must have been tired enough, so that's good. So, anyways, I'll send it back to you. I have to add, it's very funny to watch a 9-10-month-old drink water out of a glass, like a normal glass. I was helping her a little bit, but it's like the size of a shot glass, basically, so it fits with her size. So it was very amusing. She seemed thirsty, so. Anyways, KE8VKA, back to KD8SLG.
W8WKY.
A word from our sponsor. All right, Josh, that sounds like fun. You're such the proud papa. And wave to sleeping Betty for me. Going to clear with KE8VKA. Let's go to Maryland, talk to Eddie, W3ETB. Eddie, how you doing tonight? And are you sticking around for the big show?
Hi, Nick. Yeah, I'm feeling fine. I think everything is clearing up a little bit here, and hopefully it sounds good. And I'll be here waiting for the trivia questions, so I can see if I can hit or miss on these again. I usually get one or two right. Maybe sometimes I'll get one right. Sometimes I'll get two. Who knows? Anyway, back to you, Nick. W3ATV. Back to that.
All right, Eddie. Echolink's treating you pretty good tonight. I believe that's how you were coming in. Yep. So, sounded good. Glad to have you on board. I got you sticking around to answer the trivia questions. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat as well. Clear with W3ETB. We'll go to Ray out in Tulsa, K5CFY. Good evening, Ray. Fine business on the Boredom Breaker net this afternoon. How you doing tonight? And are you sticking around for the big show?
KD8SLG, K5CFY, just Nick. Good to hear you in there. Yes, I'll definitely be hanging around for the trivia, the answer to the trivia anyway. So good to hear everybody out there, and everybody have a great evening there. Fine business, K5CFY.
Oh, Ray, glad to have you on board. Going to clear with K5CFY. Let's talk to Josh up in Avon Lake, KE8YUG. Good evening, Josh. How you doing? How's Marie? And he's sticking around for the big show tonight.
KE8SLG, Nick, it's good hearing you. And this is KE8YUG. Yeah, doing good here. Marie's doing good. Looking forward to the weekend. For her medicine and all that, really looking forward to that. But outside of that, yeah, we'll be sticking around, hanging out. I'm working on some of my own little website projects, so I'm having fun. All right, I'll send it back to you. KE8YUG, back to net.
All right, Josh, always fun to get a little work done and multitask during nets. This doesn't require anyone's full attention. Have at it there, buddy. It was good to hear you on the food net tonight. Going to clear with KE8YUG. Next up, we had KE8VHQ Benjamin. He's working right now. We'll catch him on his way home. And let's go back out to Tulsa. Talk to Kelly, KC0LRM. Kelly, how you doing? And are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
in there. Yep, I'll be sticking around, and everything is going good here, and just I'll play a little radio, and I'll let you get on down the list there, and I will definitely be here. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, Kelly, you've become quite the regular. Great having you here on the Beacon tonight. I think it's going to be a slow night tonight. I just jinxed it. We're going to clear with KC0LRM. Let's go to Ed in Wadsworth, WB8GKB. How are you there, my man? I haven't talked to you in a while. What's going on with Ed?
Oh, let's see. This is WB8GKB. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. A little bit cold by the door here. I got a glass door where I eat, and it's always cold. There's no drapes that they don't move or something over that. But anyway, yeah, it was cold tonight. So, yeah, we're not doing too bad. And, I hear you in here quite often. I don't jump in. During the day, all times I hear you on quite a bit. I haven't heard you check into the, the Jack and Ed show. Well, that's starting to get better now. We're getting in there more often. And Dave gets in there quite a bit. And sort of a long show, but I bet antenna probably is hard to get in. I know how it goes on Simplex there. But anyway, we're always looking for you to come in there, so one of us will hear you. Either I will or somebody of us. 2 or 3 should hear you, hopefully. So that's the story there. I like that Simplex deal there. And nothing too much going on out of the ordinary. We're going to record tonight. We've got a show that comes on Wednesdays now, series, and we're going to get that at 11:30. So that'll be the story. And don't know what's going on around here. I was out to Walmart today and got back home recently, and it wasn't warm. Definitely was not warm. Say that much for you. And we'll be sticking around there for the trivia and all that stuff, and just say good evening to everybody in there. And we'll turn it back to net control, pre-net control. WB8GKB in Ohio.
Well, Ed, I'm definitely on during the day from time to time. I try to answer any call, but I haven't been up at 3 a.m. Too often lately. But I'm glad that Opie's been getting in there with you. But I got to tell you, Jack's become quite the regular on the barometer net every morning. I don't know what's gotten into him. So I'll try to make it some early morning and catch you guys. Got you sticking around tonight, Ed. Thank you. We'll clear with WB8GKB. In the meantime, I added KL7FR, Alaska Mike. So you're on the list there, Mike. Next, let's go to Canton. Talk to Tom. KA8MNT. Good evening, Tom. Say hi to Lena for me. How you doing? And are you sticking around for the big show tonight, or are you just stopping by to get your ticket punched?
KD8 SLG, KA8MNT. Well, good evening, Nick and everybody else that's around. I don't have to stop here and get my ticket punched. Linda does that quite often. But no, I'm going to have to say 7-3s right now because I've got a early morning doctor's appointment. So I may or may not make the barometer net in the morning. So we'll see what happens there. But it sounds like you got a pretty good list going on here, and everybody have a good time this evening. This is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike, November Tango, back to KD8 SLG, 7-3s all.
KA8MNT, KD8 SLG. All right, Tom, well, you sleep easy there, buddy. And if you don't make the barometer net tomorrow, I'll tell a joke in your stead. I'm sure Gary would appreciate that. Have a good night. Going to clear with KA8MNT. Let's talk to Eric up in Strongsville. KE8BZA. Good evening, Eric. How you doing? And are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
KD8SLG in the group. This is KE8BZA. Hi, Nick. Hey, everybody. Yes, I will be sticking around for the big show. Looking forward to it. This is KE8VZA, back to pre-net control.
All right, good to hear from you there, Eric. I'm going to take a moment right now. KG4SCK, Mark, you're on deck, but I'm going to jump out to Oklahoma and see if we can catch KI5 DAY all day long. Alan, are you linked up with us there, buddy? And say hi to the group if you would, please.
Hello, India 5, Delta Alpha Yankee via Echolink. Sorry, there's an echo in the powerhouse. Sorry about the noise in the background. There's a bunch of guys up there beating on the airplane. I don't know if they've lost their minds or just bored, but anyways, it's a structure job and they're loving every minute of it. All is good. Just thought I would stop in and say hi. My partner and I knocked out our area tonight, so we're kind of on standby unless our crew keep coming back and slaps us into something else. So that's a good thing. So I'll be listening and watching and participating in the lovely blue screen. Hopefully I'll get one of tonight's consolation prizes. KI5, KY, back to
W8WKY.
All right, man, I got you on the list. We'll see if we can sneak you in there before the crew chief comes back. Have fun there, Alan. KI5DAY, KD8SLG. Let's go up to Mark in the middle, KG4SCK. Hey, Mark, how you doing? And are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
Hey, good evening, Nick, and everybody on net. I would ask you how my transmission is sounding, but I think I'll just go over to WB8CXO and see for myself whether or not my mobile rig is better than my base station. This morning on the barometer net, I kept hearing pork roast this and pork roast that. I had to look up the guy's call sign and say, what is the deal with this pork roast? I think I get it now. Something about hams and the older hams that had to work so hard to get their license, but I guess evidently us younger hams didn't have to work so hard. So the fellow said, I'm not a ham, I'm a pork roast. I think that's what I got out of that. KG4SCK sticking around for the net. Back to you, Nick.
KG4SCK, KD8SLG. Yeah, we'll have this conversation off the air. That's all I'm going to say about that. Glad to have you on board, Mark, and your transmission sounds pretty good tonight. Just a little bit of white noise in the background. You'll hear it. Going to clear with KG4SCK. Let's go to North Carolina, see what Bruce is up to tonight. KC3MWK. Are you sticking around for the big show tonight, Bruce? What do you got going on?
KC3MWK, Nick in the halftime show. Yes, I'm going to stick around tonight. Last week I was a little under the weather. That's how I come on and stick around. But yes, I'll be there at the big thing. Back to control.
All right, Bruce. Good to have you on board as well from North Carolina. I got you sticking around. We had a little flurry of in and outs here. KD2HCE, KC3QFC, KB8PXM, and KE2BZX. That would be Chris, Mike, Charlie, and K. I have added W2JLS and AI5Q to the list. Let's see if Mike, Alaska Mike, who is tonight Missouri Mike, has his stuff working down there in Missouri. KL7FR, you want to give it a try?
KD8SLG, KL7FR. Hello, Nick, and all the Beaconeers. I hope I'm making it in. It looks like things are working. I've been having some wonkiness with my system, but glad to get in here tonight. I am St. Joe, Missouri, 011, so different zone as well, too. Adjusted to that. Anyway, let me know if I'm making it in. I'll be sticking around. KL7FR stroke 0, back to net control.
Mike, everything was working fine. You sounded good. Glad to have you on board. And welcome to the lower 48 again. Going to clear with KL7FR. We just talked to KI5DAY. Let's see if John W2JLS is still out there. John, are you out there and sticking around for the show tonight?
KD8SLG. Good evening on your ears, buddy. Honestly, I don't know if I've got it in me. Maybe you stick me on the list. If I'm there, I'm there. I'm kind of feeling a little worn out, if I'm honest. But thought I came down to the radio room for a spell, fixed myself a drink, and just trying to wind down. Erica's home tonight too, so there's that. So I might stick around long enough to catch up with the question and all that, but I might roll too, buddy. But anyway, it's good to hear you, and anyone else out there I've heard over the last 10, 15 minutes here. But I'll be listening in one way or the other. W2JLS, back to you, sir.
All right, John. I got you sticking around. Dustin will give you a holler later on. Just read in the blue screen, one of our blue screen regulars there, Alan, says he cringes every time he hears your call sign until he hears the S. I think he's expecting a D. Gonna clear a W2JLS. Let's see if we can grab Jairus real quick before he leaves us. AI5Q. Good evening, Jairus. How are you?
KD8SLG and the net. Well, pre-net, I guess. Soon to be net. This is AI5Q. I've got my beers lined up and ready to go. I've worked 27 hours in the past 2 days, and I'm ready to relax and take it easy for the night. I was home a grand total of less than 9 hours yesterday before I had to turn around and go back to the plant. So, anyway, I'm drinking for Alan because he doesn't drink anymore, so somebody's got to pick up the slack. AI5Q, back over to you, Nick.
AI5Q, KD8SLG. All right there, Jairus. Well, I don't drink anymore. I don't drink any less. So you can have one for me as well, and have one for Alan. And I think John W2JLS has his own, so don't worry about him. I got you on the list. I think Dustin will give you a holler anyway. Maybe he'll wake you up from a semi comatose state later. Going to clear with AI5Q out in Tulsa. Got about 30 seconds left before I'm supposed to hand this over to Dustin. Any last minute pre-net check-ins? This is your chance. KD8SLG, I'm listening.
Good evening, Nick. KCFQB. I'll be sticking around. You know that.
KT8FQVE, KDSLG. I got you in there, Mark, and I know you're sticking around. There was somebody underneath you there. I missed them. Who else was trying to check in there? Go ahead.
Dave from East Sparta.
All right, I know that's East Sparta. It's EEY, but I don't have your prefix committed to memory there. Slow down a little bit, key up, and give it to me again, if you would, please.
Okay, Kilo, Charlie 8, Echo Yankee, Dave from East Sparta.
All right, Dave, I got you that time. I put you in as a KE8, and that was not you. I knew it wasn't you. Glad to have you on board, Dave. All right, it's time for Dustin to take over. This is KD8SLG. I'd like to thank everybody who checked in with me here on the pre-show. But it's time for Dustin to light up the nighttime airwaves. KD8SLG to KD8EPC. Take it away, Dustin.
My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be net control for the evening. The BeaconNet meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a direct net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-ins, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're linked in with our friends on the Dewdrop Inn down in Oklahoma and various other repeaters throughout the country, so we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you have to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now.
W8WKY.
All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Stations that haven't already checked into the pre-show that'd like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Charlie 5 Romeo Bravo Golf. K5 Real Big Guns. In Tulsa.
All right, we'll take them one at a time. TC5 Real Big Guns, Shannon, we got you on the list there. All right, we got 29 on the list here. Let's go up here and get our trivia for the evening. And let's start with our trivia master for the evening, QWE. Mike, what do you have for us?
Like a Wake Quebec Whiskey Echo. Okay, I'm going to kind of stick with antennas for a while. Because that's always a main part of any radio. What is a capacitance hat? When referring to a mobile antenna, a device to increase the power handling capacity of a mobile whip antenna. B, a device that allows automatic band changing for a mobile antenna. C, device to electrically lengthen a physical short antenna. D, a device that allows remote tuning. Again, what is a capacitance hat? When referring to a mobile antenna, A, device to increase the power handling capacity of a mobile whip antenna. B, a device that allows automatic band changing for a mobile antenna. C, a device that electrically lengthens a physically short antenna. D, a device that allows remote tuning of a mobile antenna. I'll go ahead and put this on the blue screen. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to 88 EPC.
All right, thank you so much there for the wonderful trivia question, Mike, and I'm going to think about that for a while. All right, let's go down to Miss Lucy now, KYUK, with our alternate trivia. What do you have for us, Miss Lucy?
K88PC, this is K8YUK. Here's what I got. Today is the feast day of St. Lucy, and even though I'm just Lucy, there's yet another Lucy to talk about. What is the name of the radio show on which I Love Lucy, the TV show, was based? Is it A, My Favorite Husband, B, My Favorite Wife, C, The Girl Next Door, or D, Marriage Isn't Easy? So again, today's the feast day of St. Lucy. I'm just Lucy, and we're talking about a whole different Lucy. What's the name of the radio show on which I Love Lucy, the TV show, was based? Is it A, My Favorite Husband, B, My Favorite Wife, C, The Girl Next Door, or D, Marriage Isn't Easy? That's what I've got. I'll post it in the blue screen once I'm done helping Josh make dinner.
All right there, Miss Lucy. Thanks so much for the wonderful trivia question there. We're going to think about that one, too, for a minute. So we'll call you back here in a little bit. And let's go to the top of the list here and talk to KQKO real quick. Nick at Night, take it away.
Turn, KD8 EPC and the BeaconNet KE8VK. Let me make sure I got it. Okay. I went back upstairs to go get our breakfast, and you had just called me. I don't know what's going on with me tonight. Good evening, everybody. Let's see. I'm going to say for the trivia, for Mike's, let's do Charlie. And I think My Favorite Husband was one of the options that Lucy read, so I'm going to go with that one. Bias. She says bias. Anyways, I really don't have too much for the net. Had a good time watching Betty tonight. That was fun. So spent a couple hours with her. Went on a couple adventures. We discovered the upstairs. That was cool. We've got a couple of twin beds up there, and so I sat her on one of them, and so I'd push over, and she would start laughing really hard, and then I'd pick her back up, and I'd push her over again, and she started laughing really hard. So that was amusing, and just kept her busy while Lucy was out and about, and that's about it. So getting ready for my exams for tomorrow at work, and see how it goes. So anyways, I'll send it back to Nat. KE8 VKA back to KD8 EPC.
All right there, Josh. Thanks for calling or coming in there, my friend. We got you down for CNA, and I was actually I was calling for Nick at Night there, but we'll give you the pass since you were in the other room there, Josh. But thanks for joining us, my friend. Great to hear you out there. Boy, there was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it was. So we'll say 73 for now, and we're going to go back up here again and try K8QKO, Nick at Night. Are you with us?
K8QKO, yes, sir, I am. Yes, sir, I was expecting to get called later, so when I heard Nick at Night, I was like, wait, that's me. All right, so I guess I'll start with some trivia answers here. I'm going to go with Charlie for the first one, and I'm probably go with Charlie for the second one, best guesses. But aside from that, just kind of sitting around doing some relaxing and sitting here listening to the net. So not a whole lot else going on with me. With that, Dustin, I'll pass it back to you, K8QKO.
All right there, Nick. We got you down for Charlie, and Charlie, glad to have you with us, my friend. We'll say 73 for now. Have a great evening, and we look forward to hearing you again there real soon down the log. Let's go over to Eddie now. W3ETB, take it away. Try again there for W3ETB. Eddie, are you there?
Yeah, hi, Dustin. I am here. Actually, you got a question to the trivia. Let's go ahead and go with C for the main one. So I'll go ahead. I'll be listening, and we'll try to see if I can hear W3ETB. Back to net.
All right there, Eddie. We had a lot of packet loss with you that time. I only caught about a third of what you said. So if you wouldn't mind typing your answers there in the blue screen for me, I'd really appreciate it, my friend. But good to hear you twice in one day. We'll say 73 for now, and we look forward to hearing you again there real soon down the log. Let's go back over to Tulsa and talk to Mr. Ray, K5CFY, one of the wonderful net controllers for the Boredom Breaker net. Take it away there, Ray.
KD8 EPC in the net. This is K5CFY. 3 times in one day. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Dustin. You do a wonderful job. We definitely enjoy you running the net. And I'm going to go with C and C. So Charlie and Charlie. So anyway, that's my guess. I thought it should have been maybe Aldo bean or something like that, but maybe not. Give it back to you there, Dustin. 73 K5 CFY. We're listening.
All right there, Ray. Well, we'll say 73 right back to you, my friend. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie there. And thanks so much for letting us do the first hour of the Boredom Breaker Wednesday. We really do appreciate that. And for anybody who doesn't know, you can find the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. Go talk to Ray and all the other wonderful net controllers over there. They run a couple hours, and they switch net controls at the top of the hour and welcome rechecks. So with that, we'll say 73, Ray. Have a great evening, and we look forward to hearing you again there real soon. All right, let's go over here and see. I don't know if he's in there or not. KC3QFC FedEx Mike, are you there?
I'm here, just busy working on a computer, trying to work on a few things here. So I just put my answers in as Charlie and Delta for my answers. Wave of hands, and yeah, my mind's used up there. Back to net control, KC3QSA.
All right there, Michael. I wasn't sure if you were home or mobile, but I did see you there on the blue screen, so I figured I'd give you a holler because I wanted to catch you while I could. So we got your answers down, C and D. We'll say 73. Tell K we said hello, and we'll talk to you both there down the log. All right, let's go back up and talk to K8YUG. Josh, good evening.
Dustin, good hearing you tonight. This is K8YUG, and for the trivia, for the first one, I'm going to go with A alpha. And for the alternate trivia, I was going to do A alpha as well. And yeah, just kind of hanging out tonight before time off. And like I said, I've got some projects I've been working on, and I got some good stuff done tonight. I'm very happy with it. Kind of checking it out now, and a lot more work to go, but it's good getting the kind of base started and everything like that. But yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, so we're getting close to the end of the week there. All right, I'm going to sit back and listen out and see what happens with the trivia. Everybody have a great night, 73, and I'll be listening. K8YUG, back to net.
All right there, Josh. Well, great to hear you. Got you down for Alpha and Alpha this evening, and boy, sounds like you're having a lot of fun there with your new projects. So enjoy them there. We'll say 73, and we look forward to hearing you again real soon. Let's go catch Ben. He might be mobile or might be home by now. K8BHQ, good evening.
KE8EPC, KE8BHQ. Yeah, I'm still mobile, driving home right now. For trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie. It was definitely nice seeing everybody at the Christmas party and looking forward to seeing everybody at next month's meeting. That's about all I've got, so I'll give it back to you, Dustin. This is KE8BHQ, and I'll wish you guys 73.
All right there, Ben. Well, you mobile safely out there. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie, and it was great to see you at the Christmas party. We had 65 people turn out, so that was pretty good. Not bad at all. We'll say 73 to you, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, let's go down to Kelly, KC0LRM. How you doing?
KD8EPC, KC0LRM. Thanks for getting me in there, Dustin. Not a lot going on here. Let me give you my trivia answer before I forget. Go B and B. That's going to be my answer for this one. Things going pretty good here, and just busy week at work, and you all know how it goes. So that's about all I got, and I'll let you get on down the list and get some more of these people checked in here. Everybody have a good evening out there, and be safe, especially with the Christmas traffic going to get worse and worse till Christmas.
All right there, Kelly. We got you down for B and B there. Great to hear you out there tonight, my friend. You stay safe as well. Great to have you with us, and we look forward to catching you again there real soon. Let's go over to Ed now, WB8GKV. How you doing?
Let's see here. This is WB8GKV. Ed up here in Wadsworth. And first on the trivia, I'm going to probably pick C for the first one. I think C for the second one, if that's my favorite husband. I wasn't sure whether that's which one was. I just think that might be my favorite husband. Don't know. So if that's C, I'll pick C on the second one. So that's my story. I did watch I Love Lucy when I was a kid. You know, it was on, but I'd never heard the radio show. But I guess you'd call me a fan because I really didn't want to miss that show for some odd reason. Way back, I think it was in the 50s, and I had a tape recorder, and I recorded some of the episodes of the audio part. So it was interesting. And say good evening, everybody onto the net, and don't forget Saturday is around the corner. I guess I always say that. And it's kind of cold today. I will say that too. No real traffic. So you don't know what's going on out of the ordinary. We're going to record our series tonight again. Another episode, and Wednesday it's on at 11:30, I think, sometimes 11:20. They don't have the exact time sometimes. Dustin, I hope everything's going good over there, and we'll turn it back to you for the net control, WB8GKD.
All right there, Ed. We got you down for Charlie and Alpha this evening. It's good to hear you out there, and we'll be there Saturday. We'll bring our helper, and all will be well. So we'll say 73 for now. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you again there real soon. All right, let's go talk to another member of the Beacon Net team here, KD8VZA. Eric, how you doing?
KD8EPC in the group. This is KE8VZA. Doing well, Dustin. Hope you are too. Hope everybody else is. Good to hear everybody. Trivia question answers before I forget. Main trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie. And with the alternate trivia, I'm going to go with answer Alpha. I think it is my favorite husband. I love the I Love Lucy show. My brother and sisters and I used to watch it when we were growing up. It was just hilarious. Hilarious. Anyway, I checked into the 10-meter net with the Norris group last night, and a few people could hear me. There was a lot of noise on the band, and I haven't quite got all my issues worked out with antennas yet, but it's working. It just could be better. So there's that. Anyway, just everybody watch out for the shame box in the blue screen. You don't want to get trapped there. So this is KE8VZA. Thanks, Dustin, for taking the net. Good to hear everybody. 73s. I'll be listening out to the end. It's KE8VZA, back to net control.
Yeah, you don't want to end up in the shame box, Eric. They put me there all the time, and not pleasant. So we got you down for Charlie and Alpha. Great to hear you out there tonight, my friend. And boy, there was something else I was going to say to you, but I forget what it was. So there you go. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you there down the log. Now we're going to go to KG4FCK. Mark in the middle. Good afternoon or good evening. How are you? KG4FCK. Mark, are you there? All right, they're not sure what happened to Mark. We'll try him again in a minute. KC3 MWK, Bruce, good evening.
At KC3 MWK, Dustin, everybody on the Beacon Net, I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo. Back over to net control. Other than that, everything's going fine here. As far far as I can tell. Yeah, case 3MWK back from that.
All right there, Bruce. Well, great to have you with us and great to hear you again this evening. We got you down for Charlie and Bravo. We'll say 73 and we'll catch you there at Down the Log. Let's go to talk to KL7FR, I believe stateside. Mike, how you doing?
W8WKY.
Well, hello, Dustin, and hello to everyone on the Beacon Net. Here's KL7FR 0 in St. Joe, Missouri. Glad to be down here. Came down to visit my mom and other relatives for the holidays. My brother and his family are here in St. Joe. I might go up to Minnesota, visit some family up there as well. So my annual pilgrimage, I think I'm going to start snowbirding down from Alaska to the lower 48 in the middle of winter. Like it. It's been it was actually 64 degrees and sunny when I landed. I couldn't believe that. I hadn't felt 64 degrees for 3-4 months. So it's really warm, but been nice weather here and no snow on the ground, so I'm happy. Anyway, glad I got my system up and running again. I was having trouble with IXRPT. I couldn't transmit, and I lost receive audio as well, and Echolink was just giving receive audio, so I thought I was down in the water, but apparently I'm back and running. As to the trivia, I have no clue, so I'll say CC for Colonel Cornwaldo Bean, Charlie. And great to hear you, sir. Great to everyone. And I hope to be checking in again from 0. And now that I'm closer to your time zone, only 1 hour away. KL7FR, 73 on the Beacon Net. Back to net control.
Here, Mike, we're glad you got your stuff up and working again, so that's good. And we got you down for Colonel Cornwaldo being at C&C. And boy, I'll tell you what, one of these times when you're down here in the lower 48, you're going to have to make your way over here to Northeast Ohio and come and visit with us for a day or two. So we'll say 73 to you, Mike. Have a great evening and looking forward to hearing you again real soon. Let's jump on over to Alan, KI5DAY, all day long. Take it away.
KI5DAY. Hopefully my crew chief won't come up and talk to me while I'm talking on the air. He's over there messing around with the paperwork. But anyway, I think we're in good shape. What was I going to say? My answers for the trivia should be C and D. And it was a lot of fun to hear Ray and Mike, Alaska Frozen Radio Mike, say Cornwaldo being on the air. I don't know that I've ever heard either one of them say that before on the air. That was pretty cool. Made my night, but all is good. I'm tired as the dickens tonight. I don't know why. I've had like 1,652 cups of coffee a day, I think. So I think it's like I'm coming down now from it and everything. So I'm getting back to some degree of my nerves are starting to feel normal again and getting tired. But anyways, I'll say 73 for now. KI5DAY by Jeanette.
All right there, Alan. We got you down for Charlie and Bravo. Glad to hear things are going good for you there at the Big W. We'll say 73 for now, my friend. Have a great evening, and look forward to hearing you again real soon. And you know what? If you have some more of that peanut brittle, make sure you eat a piece or 3 for me. We'll say 73, and we're going to move on down here to John W2 at JLS. Good evening.
KD8 EPC, Dustin. Good evening on your ears, sir. Good evening on your ears. How are you doing, by the way? How are you doing? You can maybe feedback. In the meantime, you can think about that while I'm revisiting these questions here. What is the capacitance at when referring to a mobile antenna? I think I'm going to go with choice lengthen a physically short antenna. That rings familiar from either the studies for the general or the extra test. And let's see, the alternate question. That I don't know for sure, but I do recognize My Favorite Husband as a radio show. I never listened to it. I don't know if it was tied to I Love Lucy in any way, but I don't recognize any of their choices as a radio show. So I'll say, for that one, I'll say A, My Favorite Husband. Anyway, hopefully you've thought about how you're doing and you can tell us. How the heck are you doing, buddy? Good to hear you in the air. W2JLS, back to you.
All right, W2JLS, this is KD8EPC. Well, let's start out. We got Charlie and Alpha for you, and we're doing all right here, man. Enjoying an evening off. We've got tomorrow off, too. Got a few things we have to kind of get done around here, so we'll see how that all goes. But otherwise, everything's doing all right here, and looking forward to getting the back work done here in a couple of weeks. So there you go. With that, John, we'll say great to hear you, my friend. And, if you're still around, maybe we'll have a little bit of an after party tonight. So we'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you there at Down the Log. We're going to jump back on over to Tulsa and talk to another good friend of mine, AI5Q Jarris. Good evening.
AI5Q, I'm here. How you doing, Dustin? No, I'm just playing. I am not that drunk. 2 beers an hour is not going to take me off the edge of the cliff. Trivia answers, I'm going to go with C, Charlie, and A, Alpha, because I feel like saying My Favorite Wife would be a Mormon show, and they probably didn't have those back in the 60s. And if they did, they probably would have been ousted by the network television for moral standard, not meeting moral standards. So My Favorite Wife would probably not have sufficed to be a radio talk show. Anyway, I'm doing good, hanging out, having a good time, and chatting with Shannon on text messages while I'm chatting with everybody else on the blue screen. So you guys take it easy up there. Appreciate you running the net, and we will talk to you later. I might be around for an after party if you guys are down, and no promises that I won't be a little bit more slurry by that time. AI5Q, back to net control.
Boy, Jarris, you really had me going there for a second. I thought we were going to have to call the better half and tell her to take the radios away from you. Hi. But we got you down for Charlie and Alpha, my friend. Great to hear you out there. You enjoy those beers, and have a couple for me while you're at it. Why don't you? So there you go. We're going to go back up here. We're going to talk to Mark now, who's in the shame box there. KG4SCK, take it away.
Good evening, Dustin and everyone. Apologies for not even looking at my rig, just blabbing away on the wrong mic. Well, tonight I was getting ready for the food net and getting ready to talk about my homemade chicken soup and how I tightened it up with a cream slurry, but I didn't hear nothing, and maybe I was on the wrong freak. I turned my hourglass upside down too early. So I won't talk about my food on the food net. I checked out the white noise in the background you're hearing, and yeah, that's just a calming white noise, so that's free of charge. And the answer to the trivia question, I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta. So KG4 SEK, back to net control. Have a good night, y'all.
All right there, Mark. Thanks so much for joining us, and we're glad to have you with us. Sorry it took so long to get back to you. I was otherwise distracted there. So great to have you with us, and we'll take the soothing background noise for now. We'll say 73, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's go talk to Mark, Northern Mark, KC8FQV. Take it away.
W8WKY.
All right, KCFQV up here in the north. Charlie, we'll just go with that. There's not much else here happening, but I'm going to go over to the North Coast radio tomorrow for their holiday shindig in Middleburg Heights, and then I'll be done. But yeah, Charlie will do that. Gary will be here in the morning. Yep, Gary's probably out, holding on to one of them tall boys. I'm sure he's having himself a good time over there. But everything else is going good. He'll have a good time in the morning. Everyone will have a good time in the morning. It checks in with the barometer net. You check in here with the beacon net and go in the morning and get the barometer net. But not much else are happening. So, trying to get over this little bit of whatever I have. So, eventually it will go. So, they come easy and they go, or they come easy and they go hard, I think. So, I'll send it back to Dustin, KCFGV.
All right there, Mark. Well, if you're sick, I would stay home from the parties and get to focusing on feeling better there. We got you down for Charlie, and Charlie, we'll say 73, and you have yourself a great evening. All right, let's jump on back over here to East Sparta and talk to Dave, KC8EEY. Good evening.
Good evening, Justin and Annette. Doing great here in East Sparta, on the front door to Stark County, the back door to Tuscarawas County. While I'm thinking of it, let me give my answers to the trivia questions. It would be Charlie and Alpha. I don't know if that was the Alpha one. I have absolutely no idea about either one of them, but I know that Lucille Ball had a radio program called My Favorite Husband. I don't know if I Love Lucy was a spin-off of that or not. But anyhow, that's my answer, and I'm kind of sticking to it. To see, I'm just joining kind of everybody else. It seems to be the popular answer. What's going on over here? Well, I got my 1010 number from 1010 International and the other day, and now so I'm a member of that. Tried to get into the Worcester net, and I have my beam down, so my little J-pole wasn't quite enough, pushing enough in that direction. I could hear them just fine, but they could not hear me. So other than that, I made my first contact into Hawaii on 10 meters yesterday. I'm kind of overjoyed about that. Well, with that being said, I'll just turn it back to the net. This is KC8EEY.
All right there, David. Well, glad to have you with us. Congratulations on the 1010 number there. And we got you down for Charlie and Alpha. So we'll say 73 for now, my friend. Have a great evening, and we look forward to hearing you again there real soon. Let's go down and talk to Shannon now, back over there in Tulsa. KC5, Real Big Guns. Go ahead.
Howdy there, Dustin. KC5RBG. Well, I didn't get on with the net with y'all this morning. I was pulling into my destination right as the net was starting. But I ended up buying this Vertex standard radio. Really interesting radio. And guy says that it turns on, and once it turns on, if you try to key it, it like resets. You know, like the screen blinks and stuff. Sounds to me like low voltage. So I'm going to be really interested if by fixing it, I just have to hook it up with a battery. So that's going to be a project for me at a later date. But, you know, it's about a $400 radio, and I bought it for $20. So can't go wrong there. Not going to hurt me if, you know, if it doesn't work, or I can't get it to work, I should say that. Other than that, I got my truck back today, so they said there was nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with the battery either. They said they fully charged it, tested multiple times, with like a drain test or something. They said they did everything on the truck. Parasitic draw tests, charging tests, discharging tests, and there's nothing wrong. Well, we'll see. You know, might be something that I'm taking out of the mix, you know, because like I don't leave my radar detector and stuff in there when I take it into the shop, and maybe it's doing it. I don't know. I wouldn't so, but we'll see. What else is going on? I should have Kenyon this weekend, so that'll be nice. Looking forward to that. And got a new puppy. She's wonderful. Flash is starting to get along with her, and we're having time as a family. I'll let you kind of know this there. Let me reset real quick. Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo Golf returning. But I'll let you get on down the list there and get a whole bunch more check-ins. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. God bless 73. Back to net control.
All right there, my friend. We'll say 73 to you. Great to hear you out there, and congratulations on the new pup there. You'll have to send me some pictures later on there. And I hope the truck goes well. Fingers crossed for you, my friend. We'll say 73 for now, and we got you down for the great state of Oklahoma, which is never the wrong answer. All right, let's go talk to Tom now. KE5NCP, how are you? One more time there for KE5NCP. Tom, are you there?
Happens. But anyway, had to wait for that to get out of the way. Good evening, Dustin, everybody else on the Beacon Net tonight. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in here, so thought we'd drop and participate for a change. But anyway, not much else going on down here. It's just cool nights and normal days, so as long as it doesn't get any cooler than this, I guess we'll survive it. Although I'm sure next month they'll have something, Mother Nature will have something worked out for us, and just to make sure we understand our place in the grand scheme of things there. For the trivia questions, I'm going to go with Charlie on the primary and Alpha on the secondary. So Charlie and Alpha. And with that, not much else going on, so we'll just turn her back to you and let you get on with the net. 73 to everybody, and Merry Christmas for most of you that I won't talk to. So KE5NCP, back to you.
All right, KE5NCP. Well, Tom, it's great to hear you, my friend. It has been a while, so don't be a stranger. You know we're here every Sunday and Wednesday night. We got you down for Charlie and Alpha there, and if we don't hear you, we'll say Merry Christmas to you, but hopefully we'll hear you again before that comes around. We'll say 73, and we're going to move on down here to Cibolo, Texas, and we're going to talk to Nickelodeon. KF5ADE, how you doing?
W8WKY.
Hey, good evening all. This is KF5AD Nickelodeon. And let's see, we've just been
kind of moping around here today. It's been cool and rainy down here in Cibolo, and so we've just been kind of chilling out for the whole day, not doing much of anything at all. But I can't, add a whole lot to that. But I will go ahead and give my trivia question answers over, and I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie, and we'll see how they fare out. So I guess with that, that's all I've got. KF5 AD back to net control.
All right there, Nickelodeon. Well, great to have you with us this evening, my friend. It's a pleasure to hear you out there. We got your answers down, Charlie and Charlie. So we'll say 73 to you for now. Have a great evening, and looking forward to seeing you guys here real soon. Let's go talk to Miss Sandy, KG5SYC. Take it away.
This is KG5SYC, and hello, Dustin, Nick, and all of you. Yep, we're getting excited to come your way, and the dog got the bids in for some snow so that we can play with the grandkids. So we'll see how that goes. I know you don't want to see the snow, but I think she's hoping for a little snow on a weekend or something that we can all stay in and play with the kids. At any rate, as Nick said, we haven't been doing much around here today, except watching Christmas movies. Yep, I like the Christmas movies, like Hallmark, and those that have the Christmas show. I can watch the same show 2 or 3 times and still not get tired of it. At any rate, other than that, playing with the grandpup, he's been moping around here, missing his daddy, and probably his human siblings, being tormented by a 2-year-old. I think he's kind of missing that. But other than that, I'm going to sit there and go to trivia, and I'm going to go with C. And I'm going to go, I know Nickelodeon went with C, but I think I'm going to change out for the wifey one, which I think is either A or B, which the wifey one is. And, we'll just be different. This is KG5SYC. Back to you, net control.
All right there, Miss Sandy. It's great to hear you out there. And I have just one question for you. Did you watch the best Christmas movie ever, Die Hard, today when you were watching Christmas movies?
KG5SYC, what Christmas movie? Am I a Die Hard Christmas movie? Pretty close to a Die Hard Christmas movie. I can watch Christmas movies in July, but I'm not sure exactly the question because Nickelodeon was to me at the same time you were. So if you could repeat the question, I'll be happy to answer it. KG5SYC, back to you, Nick.
All right there, Miss Sandy. I'll tell you again there. We always say that the best Christmas movie is Die Hard with Bruce Willis. So I was asking if you guys watched the movie Die Hard today when you were watching Christmas movies.
KG5SYC. Oh, for me, absolutely not. We've got to have the love story in there. We've got to have the Christmas one, mistletoe, and the love and the getting together of the couple. Die Hard, nope. But I'll tell you what, probably the Nickelodeon probably would be all into that one, but not. Well, I'd be more into the Snowman and Santa Claus and let's go with Chippendale Christmas and some of those. But I'll take the Hallmark channel. KG5SYC, back to net control.
All right there, Miss Sandy. Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight. You and Nickelodeon have a great evening. And Just Nick said in the blue screen that you just described Die Hard. Hi. So there you go. We'll say 73. Have a great evening, and we look forward to talking to you all there real soon. Let's jump on over to Florida now and talk to David KO4DKN twice in one day. How are you?
Hey, Nick, Dustin, and those on the net tonight. Boy, peanut butter brittle, that's still going today. I'm telling you, I need to come and get me some of that. I heard it's at the post office, if I'm correct, but no, didn't get a chance to have any of that this afternoon, but I did just get home from work, and I flipped on the Allstar, and here we are again. So I don't really know much about the trivia today because I didn't catch that earlier, but let me just throw out for the first one, I'll throw out an A, and the second trivia, I'll throw out a B. A, B. There you go. All right, Dustin, I'll send it back to you guys. Great being with you again tonight on the Beacon Net, and hopefully we'll try to catch you tomorrow afternoon on, oh God, my mind escapes me. I forgot what the other. Anyway, I got to go lay down. You guys have a good night.
All right there, David. We got you down for Alpha and Bravo, and the name of that other net you're looking for is the Boredom Breaker net. It's every day at noon Central Time on 49562 and N5XQK-R. Let's see. I won't be there tomorrow. I won't be there again until next Wednesday. Thursday's kind of my day off of radio there, so we'll say 73 to you for now. Get yourself some rest, my friend, and we look forward to hearing you again real soon. All right, now we're going to go over to our fearless leader, the man himself, President Gary, AA8CS. Good evening.
Wait, what? You have a day off of radio? What kind of sacrilege is this? Holy cow. I mean, I'm away for what, 24 hours, and this is what I come up I am confronted with? All right, Dustin, you got to have a day off, I suppose. I'll talk to Nick about it. We'll see. We'll see if it's in the cards. Trivia question. I saw it on the blue screen, so I think Nick put it up there, so thank you for that. I'm going to do C and A. C and A, like ka. So that's the trivia thing, and let's see. I don't really have a whole lot tonight. Beer night was successful. Dessert was even more successful. Just saying. But all is good here. I do want to thank, I want to give a special thanks to Nick, KD8SLG, for standing in for me for the club Christmas party. Really appreciated that. He did a great job, and he was even conscientious about it. I mean, can you imagine? Great job, Nick. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And, of course, Russ and stuff. Russ did a fabulous job, too, but for another time or place. With that, let me turn it back to Net. This is Alpha 8, Charlie Sierra. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Gary. Well, great to have you with us. And you know what? If you reference the Beacon Net schedule, Thursdays are completely blank. So that means I get the day off there. Hi. But you never know. If I wake up early tomorrow morning, I might get on the net just long enough to harass you in the morning, and then it won't be a radio day off. And boy, Gary, you missed a good time at the party. My only complaint was that I had to look at Nick all night. So I much rather would have looked at you. Hi. Great to hear you, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, with that, Gary, it's the bottom of my list. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net, and I'm looking for check-ins. Please call now.
W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 8, Whiskey Alpha.
68AT, in and out, please.
All right, we picked up a couple there. We have K8WA Gary, and I'm waiting for my netlogger to load the other one here. Let's see there. AC8AT John is in and out. So let's go talk to Gary, K8WA.
Good evening, good evening. I have for a group tonight. But nothing is seat for Pat and A for my favorite husband. That's going back and shaking the dust out of my head. K8WA.
All right there, Gary. Well, good to have you with us tonight. You are a little bit quiet on my end this evening, so we will say that. We got you down for answer, I think it was Charlie and Alpha there. So we'll say 73 Tia, and we'll catch you there down the log. AC8AT John was in and out. We'll say hello to him. That brings me once again to the bottom of the list here. We'll make one more call for check-ins before we go run through the net control team. Please call now.
Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Victor Juliet. Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Victor Juliet. Portable on Allstar.
All right there, that last station that checked in there, would you that by me just one more time, a little bit slower? I'm sorry, it went in one ear and right out the other before I could type it.
Hey, that's no worries, no worries. That's Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Victor Juliet. Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Victor Juliet. The name is Bill.
All right, we got you that time. VE3WVJ. Good evening. Take it away.
Well, good evening to all on the net. Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Victor Juliet. Bill from Sudbury, and yeah, I just erected an antenna. I put up a Super Gainer SG7900 Alpha outside on a tripod. I'm in an HOA here, and I had a 30-foot pole strapped to the deck, on the deck, and it was working fine. But I guess one of the neighbors was curious as to what it was. I guess they thought mine was like Jason Bourne or something, or some kind of a spy. So they made a complaint, and I had to follow the rules. But I mean, there's a little couple around it. It's on a tripod and it looks temporary. Then supposedly I can get away with it. Yeah, so I have my Allstar node here and connected to Ham Shack Hotline and DMR on my call sign 3020955, and I was linking in and that way until I had to take the antenna down. So I ended up using an internal for a bit and decided, hey, it's time for a better setup. I put up the tripod there. Anyway, other than that, not too much. I ordered a couple of those, I guess they're Lily or something like that. They're Aura boards, like Mesh-tastic, Aurowan. They're little ESP32 boards, and I just ordered a few of those as well. Kind of excited for those to come in. Decentralized messaging for communications when things go awry. Anyway, back to net control. Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Victor Juliet.
All right there, Bill. Well, glad to have you with us tonight here on the Beacon Net, and boy, I hope that antenna works out for you. Those HOAs can be rough. I was fortunate enough that our HOAs changed hands where I live here, and my antennas were grandfathered in, but I can't put anything new up, so that really does put a wrinkle in the plans sometimes. So best of luck to you, my friend, and you can come back and join us. The Beacon Net's here every Sunday and Wednesday on Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee -R. And you're more than welcome to come back and visit us anytime on that repeater. We're there all the time, and there's usually somebody listening. All right, with that, we're going to go up here and we're going to talk to the net control team. We're going to start with KD8SLG. Just Nick. Give me Charlie and Charlie for my answers, and go ahead there, Nick.
KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin and all of the Beacon netizens. Dustin, I can't type and talk at the same time. All right, man. Bill, VE3WVJ, used the word awry. I love that. The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. All right, so for trivia, I answered early on. I went Alpha Alpha. Seeing all you guys choose C for the first one, I think I probably went the wrong direction there. But I'm pretty confident about the alternate trivia as being Alpha. I do want to thank everybody that went to the Christmas party. I had a fabulous time. No worries, Gary. We missed you, though. And don't forget, Stefan did a fabulous magic show. I was really, really impressed. Christmas Eve, 6 o'clock. We'll be linking up with the Dewdrop Inn for Santa WatchNet for 3 or 4 hours, I believe. It's the 13th year they're doing it. It should be a good time. So if you want to get the kids on the radio to talk to Santa, they'll be doing the Santa tracking and all that kind of stuff. So tune in for that if you would. And don't forget the Barometer Net, dark and early tomorrow at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m. with President Gary, Alpha Alpha 8 Custom Select. This is KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right there, Nick. Well, thanks so much for doing the pre-show and the logging and keeping track of things there. We certainly do appreciate it. We got you down for Alpha and Alpha there, my friend, and that sounds like that should be a wonderful Santa net there. Let's go over to Land of Snow and Maple Syrup, AB8MO. How you doing?
All right, KD8EPC, this is AB8MO. All right, I guess, I don't know if that means there's going to be no Beacon Net on Christmas Eve, if we're doing the Santa WatchNet instead on the W8WKY. Yeah, I had it on the Dewdrop-In's Santa WatchNet, hosted it on 147.015 last year, and I don't think nobody checked in, so I didn't bother this year. I went through the arrangements and I was like, well, if nobody's gonna check in, I'm not gonna connect it. So, but that'd be good. I hope we can get some check-ins there through W8WKY because it didn't work last year. So, anyway, I'm coming in through Echolink. It's been a better listening experience. At least the people that are on RF on 147.39 have been solid, but there's still been some packet losses from the others. But it's better than 100%. It's better than having all transmissions with packet loss, which is what I was getting on R. So it's been partially rectified. So with that, let me drop it a sec. As far as I know, we still have a net planned for New Year's Eve, and that is when I'm planning to make my final contribution for the Beacon Net Control team as being the Dig Show. So if you want to get in here on New Year's Eve, I'll shoot, if we get enough check-ins, maybe I'll run the net until the clock strikes midnight. Or maybe it'll just be one of KD8SLG's dumpster fires, and I'll go to bed early. All right. So be sure to tune in on New Year's Eve when yours truly will be Big Show, running the Big Show. So with that, Charlie and Alpha for my answers. And I'll throw it back to you. There's Sir Squatchy, KD8SLG. Wait a minute. Yeah, KD8EPC. I'll get it right one of these days. One of you guys got to change your call to a Kilo Echo or a Kilo Charlie. You both got KD8s, and it just slips me up. Back to you there, Dustin. This is AB, and I'm out.
All right there, Andy. Well, thanks for joining us. And there will be a Christmas Eve edition of the Beacon Net. We'll probably just drop the Santa Net there at 9:30 and go right into the pre-show there. So be there or be square. And Andy's New Year Rockin' Eve Beacon Net show. I'll be there for at least part of it. So we'll say 73, and you have a great evening, Andy. All right, let's go over to Mike here, K8QWE. Give us your comments, let everything drop, and give us the trivia answer. KQWE, Mike, are you there?
Echolink back with the Echo. I've been dealing with some radio issues. I thought I had it fixed. It receives fine, but it won't transmit. In any event, what have I been up to? Oh, I've just been getting healed up and running some errands today, doing some things around here. It's good. I'm still coughing a little bit. FQB Mark, take care of yourself, man. I've been dealing with this crap for a month, and it's no fun. Oh, other than that, I haven't been up to a whole lot. Nothing spectacular. Nothing really bad. Just go on through life. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of time, and I will do the trivia. Okay, the trivia is, what is a capacitance hat when referring to a mobile antenna? Options are A, a device to increase the power handling capacity of a mobile antenna. B, a device that allows automatic band changing for a mobile antenna. C, a device to electrically lengthen a physically short antenna. D, a device that allows remote tuning of a mobile antenna. The answer is C. When you have a short antenna, normally you have a lot of inductive reactance. So what you have to do to neutralize it and get the thing in resonance, you have to add capacitance reactance to balance out the antenna. And that's how it works. In fact, I've seen this question worded a little bit different once, where it asked what it does, and the answer was it will balance the inductive reactance with the capacitance reactance. So that's the answer. So this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KD8EPC. See you, folks.
All right, thank you so much there, Mike. We got you down answer C for the main question there. Have a great evening, my friend. We'll say 73. Take care, and we'll talk to you again there real soon. All right, let's go down to K8YUK, Miss Lucy. Go ahead and give us your comments. Let everything drop real nice there, and give us the alternate trivia answer.
KE8YUK, this is, KD8EPC, this is KE8YUK. I need to go to bed, but I can't. I have responsibilities. My comments. Today was pretty busy. I was out and about with Betty doing some Christmas shopping and printing up the Christmas letter. And I miscounted how many people I have to send that to, so I need another batch because we have 52 people on the list, and I printed up 25, which is not enough. So that's going to be fun to figure out, but I will do that eventually. So I was working on that, got glitter everywhere. I have a healthy enjoyment of sparkles, but this is just ridiculous. So shame on me for buying cards that have glitter on them. And then usually I have youth group on Wednesday nights, but we didn't have enough attendees, which freed me up to go to the choir concert at the school that I used to teach at. And one of the students invited me, so I went up to visit them, and it was fabulous to see them again, and they were really excited to see me, which is always really gratifying to have people that excited to see you. So maybe kind of pine a little bit for the old days and my old classroom and that whole setup, but I am very grateful for my baby girl and our house down here, so it's roll in the future, but for now, I am content. So I'm going to let it drop, and we'll do all trivia. I think that was long enough. All right, alternate trivia. Today is the feast day of St. Lucy, and even though I'm just Lucy, there's yet another Lucy to talk about. What is the name of the radio show on which I Love Lucy, the TV show, was based? Is it A, My Favorite Husband, B, My Favorite Wife, C, The Girl Next Door, or D, Marriage Isn't Easy? The answer is A, My Favorite Husband. The classic television show I Love Lucy was partially based on a radio show called My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball and Richard Denning as Liz and George Cooper. Denning was eager to continue his role in the TV version, but Ball insisted on casting her real-life husband, Cuban-born musician Desi Arnaz. Although the studio heads were initially resistant to the idea, fearing audiences wouldn't find the quote-unquote mixed marriage believable, they eventually relented after Ball and Arnaz put together a successful vaudeville act featuring themselves as a married couple. So there you have it. My husband spoiled going first, but no, he actually knew, because he's an old radio nerd, and that's why I love him. And I hope you all enjoyed this round of alternate trivia. I wish you everybody a good night. God bless. And 73's KE8YUK, back to net control.
All right there, Lucy. Well, thanks so much for doing the alternate trivia. It was answer A there tonight. We really appreciate you doing it, and we look forward to the next one. But all right, we're at the bottom of the list. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net, and this is the last call for check-ins. Please call now.
Zulu Ida Victor.
All right, N9 Zulu India Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to thank all those that are attended this evening. And I'd like to applaud all the folks out there listening and participating, and everyone, thank you for your steadfast devotion to the hobby and to communication period. I've always said I've had three families: a spiritual family, a natural family, and a communication family, and I love all three. And I love y'all. Have a very, very Merry Christmas, very prosperous, and healthy 24. If I don't talk to you before. Back to Net Control, good job. Thank you so much for hosting. November 9th, Salute Ida Victor out.
All right, N9 is ZIV. Well, Dwayne, thanks for joining us. 73, my friend, and have a great night. All right, that was the last call. Let me pause for time here real quick. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KD8SLG, K8QKO, AB8MO, K8QWE, and K8YUK, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the W8WKY repeater 147390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m., also here on the W8WKY repeater, except for Sunday. And don't forget to visit our friends over on the N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time, and that's on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is KD8EPC. I'm returning the repeater to normal amateur use this time and will be clear. 73, y'all.
didn't catch all of that disclaimer. Can you repeat that, Dustin, please? AA8CS.
I mean, I could try, Gary, but, you know, I can only do it once a week, so you're going to have to just come back next Wednesday night and hear it again.
Well, okay, but do you think maybe next week you could read it a little faster? No, seriously, a little faster would make me feel a little better, I think. A good night tonight, Dustin. Nice job, man. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. I heard the end of it, most of the, from about 10:30ish. So yeah, it was great. It was good net. And Lucy, oh my God, she reeks. She reeks. The girl reeks with competence. My God. Oh man, gotta love Lucy. Hey, how about a TV show? Over.
Oh, man, there, Gary. We're glad to have you tonight. It was good to hear you on the net, and sounds like you had a good evening and a good dessert to go along with it there. Hi. We're going to have an after party here. I have to run down the hall here, but I'm sure that my buddy Just Nick is close by waiting to say hello, too. So I'm going to clear for a minute, but I'll be back here in a few minutes. KD8EPC throwing out to whoever else is out there.
AA8CS, KD8SLG. Good evening, Gary. How you doing?
Well, how do I sound? That's the question. No, seriously. It was a great beer night. It was an abbreviated beer night, but that's okay. I can drink fast. And dessert was at home, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of stuff going on with people's schedules and things. And this time of year, it gets crazy. You know, some folks can make it, some can't. Anyway, it was a good time. Had a really good meal, and did I mention the beer? Yeah, it is beer night. But dessert, dessert is totally different. Back to you, Nick. AA8CS.
Good times, Gary. Good times. Sounds like fun. No beer here. I'm out of beer. But Eli's wandering around here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it is that time of the night. Yeah. So, that's all I got, man. I am tired today. Lots of net fun this afternoon and this evening, and I'm just kind of plumb tuckered out. I'm still kind of fighting with the whatever disease it is that you gave to me.
Excuse me, I gave to you? Oh, I remember. Yeah, the monkeypox. Yeah, that one. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, man. Yeah, no, beer was good tonight. Actually, it ended up, honestly, just being me and Marty. Yeah, we had a really nice time. I ran out to the Manchester Tavern out there and had actually a pretty damn good strip steak. I was impressed with it, quite honestly. Reasonably priced, and it was well cooked to order, and it was tasty and tender. Strip steaks aren't normally like that, but there's an after story there too, but I won't involve you with that one. But it was fun. It was nice talking to Marty. I hadn't seen or talked to him in probably about 3 weeks now. which is unusual. I do see him more often than that normally. But that being said, it was a great time, and I'm glad I had a little bit of dessert. That kind of makes everything just kind of, I'll say kosher. Makes it very, very kosher. And that's a comfort term. Over to you, Nick. KD8SLG, AA8CS.
I knew as soon as I let disease pass by my lips that that was going to go sideways. I'm still fighting with the cough I have. The monkeypox is in remission. And, dude, if Marty was there, it was a party. Yeah. So, that's all I can say about that.
W2JLS.
There he is. All right. Hey, did you know that we were stalking the neighborhood? Yeah, you were a target. Over to you, John.
You guys are nuts. Monkeypox, indeed. Yeah, I heard after hours, and I stuck it out, so here I am. Not into the monkeypox, but I'm here. I'm here. No beer here, but tonight was. I'm breaking with. I started this thing, drink less during the week, but tonight I thought I would have a gin and tonic. So I'm sipping on a London Dry gin and tonic with a couple of limes squished in for good measure. So I'm right there with you, boys. Just Gary, I'm in the neighborhood, and not sure what you mean by stalking. That's kind of, I mean, you're not going to cringe me out, Gary Shorter. You're a good man. W2JLS. Just wanted to let you boys know I'm here.
W2JLS, KD8SLG. Good evening, John. Good to hear you on the radio. Oh, gin and tonic. So you're not drinking tonight either, huh? Oh, we were stalking you, John. Yeah, there was one afternoon, it was up at Gary's, and we were out and about and went through the neighborhood, and he said, hey, you want to see where John lives? And I said, okay. And, yeah, we kind of pulled in your driveway, looked around, grabbed something out of the garage, go see if you can figure out what it is. KD8SLG over to A8CS.
All right, Nick, that was really good up until the point where we stole something out of his garage. You know that didn't happen. You know that. I made you put it back. Just remember that. I made you put it back. Over to you, John. I can't take it anymore.
W2JLS returning, you crazy kids. Yeah, I mean, my garage right now is a train wreck. It's been a train wreck, intermittently better and worse, but it's a train wreck right now, so you probably could have taken virtually anything and it would have gone unnoticed until I went looking for it. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, and if you guys were doing an antenna inspection in my side yard, you would have noticed a very basic, prosaic couple of antennas up trees over there, and one of them I'm talking on right now is a Slim Jim from some guy in Wisconsin with kind of looks like a ham radio guy haircut. I can't remember his name, Michael something. I got him on speed dial, but yeah, it's a copper tube Slim Jim up a tree, and I think it works quite nicely, actually. How do I sound? And then the other thing is this, just a long wire with some, obviously a balun for my HF work. I was going to add something to share. I can't remember what it was. Hold on a second. If
Yeah, if Lucy's still in there, she said she married, her husband is a radio show geek. I'm curious about that. So I'm going to, that's a prompt. If she and he are still listening, I want to pick their brains a little bit. I did enjoy the alternate trivia question tonight. But yeah, her announcing that she married him because he was a radio geek, like old-time radio, it caught my attention. So if they're still in there, I'd like to ask them some questions. W2JLS, back to you guys.
KL7FR listening and have questions. KL7FR.
Alaska Mike, it doesn't sound like Josh and Lucy are still out there, so take it away. KL7FR, KD8SLG.
Hey Nick, thanks. Glad I could get my afternet. I'm here in Zero Land, so I'm getting used to the time change. One of the questions, I have 3 questions actually. One of them is the barometer. What time does that start? And can I get into that on Echolink? Because I'm using IART to drop in, but I don't think I can connect anywhere else. I'll play around with it. But I have Echolink. Back to you, Nick. Can I get in? What time does barometer net start? And can I get in there on Echolink? And then I have a couple more questions. KL7FR.
All right there, Mike. The barometer net starts at 7 a.m. That's 6 a.m. Central. I believe you're in Missouri right now. And yes, you can get in on Echolink. W8WKY-R will get you there.
All right, cool. I've got adjusted to the time zone change, and I've been getting up about 6 in the morning, so I might jump into the barometer net. I've gotten in there a couple times previously, but very few and far between, so I want to check that out again. The other, well, I'll combine 2 questions. I heard y'all had some kind of a swap meet there in Ohio. I don't know, Dayton, some kind of ham fest thingy. I wonder when that is. I'm trying to make my way to Ohio to check that out. And the other thing is, I had a really weird dream the other night. This was a really weird dream, went all over the place, but I was on a bus and I had to get to a place called Elmira, Ohio. Is there an Elmira, Ohio? Where is it? I was trying to get there. That's about it. I'll be hanging out and listening. Cool afternoon. KL7FR.
All right, Mike. Yeah, you know there's a Dayton Ham Fest, so don't be a wise guy. And I don't know if they put out the date for that yet. And I am pretty sure there's an Elmira, Ohio, but I haven't had a chance to Google it yet and see for sure. But I'm pretty sure there is. Let's throw this back to Gary. That's from KD8SLG. Go, Gary.
Okay, you caught me with my mouth full. I was also trying to figure out how to spell Elmira, so I didn't complete that task. But you know, there's probably you name the town, and it's probably in every state in the Union. And I would venture to say Elmira is one of those. That would be my take. Mike, good to hear you, KL7FR, and I will look for you tomorrow on the barometer net. I'll be the net control tomorrow morning. assuming I get to bed sometime tonight, and I'm able to answer the call at the ungodly hour of 6 a.m. But that being said, well, no, 7 a.m. here. But obviously I have to get up a little bit earlier than that. All right, that's all I got. Let's see. Over to you, John. W2JLS, AA8CS.
W2JLS returning. I found Frozen Radio's Dream Curious. I'm actually from the town of Elmira, but it's Elmira, New York, and that is spelled Elmira. And I don't think there are lots of Elmiras in the United States. There's definitely one in Prince Edward Island, Canada. I've been there. That's the reason I ended up going to Prince Edward Island, which is a great place to go, by the way. Not just, the town of Elmira there is kind of out of the way. Not the reason maybe to go to Prince Edward Island, but what a spectacular place. Make a note of that. Recommend the North Coast. And as islands go, that is a North Coast. I'm not quite sure when we say North Coast here on this repeater what we're talking about. I'm still a little confused about that. The rest of that question. There is in Elmira, Ohio. I looked it up, and it's about as far west in the corner of Ohio that you can go without venturing into Indiana. So you forced me to learn something. You taught me something tonight. Frozen Radio, kind of cool. And also, I've mentioned occasionally I hear you on the Colorado Astronomy Net, and I know I hear you elsewhere too. You're all over the place, but obviously our repeater. But I enjoy you being all over the radio universe. W2JLS, over to you, Mr. Nick, maybe with a pause for others.
Kilo Echo 8, Delta Lima Juliet.
Go, Ralph.
KE8DLJ Mobile. I heard Mike. I had to chime in. I'm not in Elmira, and I'm not listening to the Oak Ridge Boys singing Elmira. My heart's on fire for Elmira. Just running about 2.5 hours late on my way to Columbus. And I thought I'd say hello. Hello. Back to you guys. I believe Nick is up. KE8DLJ.
I saw you hook up a little while ago there, Ralph. I was kind of waiting for you to jump in there. Thanks for doing so. You drive safe tonight, and it's good to hear from you. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of Ralph taught everything he knows about net hopping. I did. I also looked up Elmira, Ohio, and it's pretty close to Indiana. It's even closer to Michigan. It's only about 30 miles south of Adrian, Michigan, as a matter of fact. About 30 miles south and 20 miles west there. So right off the memory is very short. I don't know if any buses go KL7FR.
You boys just did a super double-double.
apologize. November 9 Zulu in the picture sent by for permission to transmit. Over.
No worries. Why don't you go first and then pass it over to Nick, KD8SLG.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I didn't catch the call sign, but I did catch Nick. So I'll turn over. I don't have to worry about the other call signs. Actually, back in the day, we had to give each call sign to each individual each time we transmitted each over. But that's passed. Anyway, I'm not telling you all nothing that you know, but Smart Gap and Guns Wave, and we were before 1934. It was the let me reset just in case. In 1934, it was a Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce. Then 1934, and well before that, before 1934, hams were allowed to play music. You know what I'm saying? And there was concerts at location from Illinois, Cleveland to Alaska and all over the place. After the World's Fair, when Dr. Lee DeForest, Chicago World's Fair, Dr. Lee DeForest invented the vacuum tube, or receive tube, vacuum receive, whatever. Like I said, I'm not telling you nothing you already know, but just for those who are not in the know, and for those who, others, just a friendly reminder. Breakings, if I still have it. Yeah, okay. Like I was saying there, in 1934, there was the Chamber of Commerce. Then the Federal Communication Committee, or I like to call it the Funny Candy Company, came into existence. The first thing they did was, the Communications Act in 1934, which was, you can look it up and say it if you don't know, but if you want to confirm what I'm saying. But, anyway, 1934 Communications Act, and that prohibited anyone to play music, and 1997 became into existence and all. Whatever. I'm not for sure on that. I haven't researched that deep. But, there you go. A little lesson for those who didn't know, wasn't in the know, whatever, in the queue. What are you going to say? And, feeling to already know. And thanks again, Ralph, for that antenna. That chameleon is doing a fine job. I enjoy that antenna tremendously. Talking to Texas and Florida all the time. I even got another 3 orders that, and taking them 3 orders on 80 meters, 75 actually. But anyway, and good to hear you out there, Frosty, Root Beer, or Flying Reindeer. Let me see, Nightlight 7, Nightlight 7, Flying Reindeer. You must be the one with the big red nose on the front there. Anyway,
there, Dwayne. Thanks for that. It's a good thing we can't play music on the radio anymore. I'm pretty sure everything, it wouldn't be my choice. Where did I leave off? Elmira there. Yeah, I found it on the map, too, for Ohio, John. And I did remember that that's where you were born, but in the New York variety. It is darn near up at the Michigan border. It's about 30 miles south of Adrian and 20 miles west of there, right off of Route 90. So, yeah, it's way up there, almost in the corner. I think Alaska Mike's up next. KL7FR. Go, Mike.
All right, thanks, Nick. Glad to be in here. Interesting afternet. You know, I haven't been to Ohio since I was a kid. I went to Ohio State football with my parents, and Ohio State beat the Minnesota Golden Gophers. This is back in like 1972 or 73. That's the last time I've been in Ohio, so I'm well overdue for a trip. And I definitely want to check out the Dayton Ham Fest. I've heard you all got the swap meet there. Some good stuff. But on the dream, I rarely remember my dreams. It's unusual, but I had this really vivid dream, and it was really weird, bouncing all over the place. And I had to get to Elmira, Ohio. For some reason, that was like the whole point of the dream. And well, apparently I woke up or it went somewhere else in the dream, because I don't know what happened. My whole point was to get to Elmira, Ohio. And I wasn't even sure there was such a place. So anyway, I am definitely going to try to check in barometer net in the morning, and definitely going to try to make it to the Dayton Ham Fest one of these years. I'm planning on a trip down to the Midwest sometime in mid-June. Not really solid, but early to mid-May to early to mid-June, I might be heading down to the Midwest, and I would definitely like to check out the Dayton Ham Fest. And I have to get to Elmira for some reason. My dream told me I have to get to Elmira, Ohio. There's a reason I have to get there. Anyway, great afternoon. Glad I could get in here. Hope to catch you on the barometer net. Definitely be back on the Beacon net. KL7FR, back to net control.
Well, I don't believe there is a net, is there? It's still in regulatory right now, I believe. Is that correct? Anyway, yeah. Be sure and swing by here, man. If you're coming this way, I get you. Serve you up some, whatever you like, man. White line and high ends, that's what I like. High ends and Crown Royal. Myself, personally. And Mezcal. And also Blackberry Brandy, oh yeah.
W8WKY.
Gary, go.
Okay. I wanted to sing Elmira, but I was thinking that, nah, I probably shouldn't. Anyway, yeah. So, honestly, I bet you if you Google every state in the United States, there would be an Elmira. I'm not kidding you. It never fails. And if some state shows up without one, I'm sure it's there someplace. They just forgot about it. All right, that's what I'm saying, and I'm sticking with it. John, good to hear you this evening. Well, is the magic carpet ride. I'm telling you. We talked about the bus and the magic bus, but I'm thinking that tonight might be the magic carpet ride. Over to you, John W2JLS, AA8CS.
W2JLS returning. Yeah, that's just crazy for a start. The Frozen Radio Dream randomly, not even knowing there was in Elmira, Ohio, having a dream that hey, he needs to go there. We need to explore this further. That's bizarre. And I don't know the significance of that little town. I will say, like, I don't typically have any reason to go west in Ohio. But I will say driving out to places like the Toledo area and then a couple of times from there into Michigan, it really gets quite long and boring. It's a straight shot and it's just like flat and nothing and flat and nothing, and you're waiting for your destination to show up and nothing. No offense to anyone listening, but it looks really freaking boring. Probably great place to put up farms and stuff. I don't know. I should look at that. But I'll definitely look at the town of Elmira, Ohio, thanks to Frozen Radio's dream. That's it's interesting. And Gary, I'm going to, in the period of time between now and our next over, I'll get some statistics together on the Elmira query. I know as a kid, before the internet, I did this research using much more basic, humble means. Things like encyclopedias. Does anybody use an encyclopedia anymore? I don't know. But that's how I found Elmira in Prince Edward Island as a youth. And then when I got into my 20s and I was able to drive, I took my girlfriend there, and I was on a mission, and really kind of cool. That was 1989. Anyway, I'll pass the mic. It sounded like our friend Dwayne cleared, or was out there listening and cleared. So I'll pass it back to KD8SLG.
KF5AD comment.
Go ahead.
KF5AD for ID. Thanks, Nick. Sandy was looking it up too, and she did find Elmira, Ohio. It's a small German town. You said to the west, though, correct? Yeah, to the west of. Almost straight north of Dayton, but to that direction. So there is one there. So he'll have to go drive there and check it out, I guess, since he's down here in the lower 48. KF5AD, back to Nick.
KD8SLG returning. KF5ADE, KG5SYC. Good evening, Nick and Sandy. Yeah, we found that Elmira place. 30 miles south and 20 miles west of Adrian, Michigan. Got to keep saying that one for some reason. Nick and Sandy, glad you're still hanging around and listening in. I wonder who else is out there. I do. Alaska Mike, are you still with us?
Well, thanks, Nick. I am still making it in. I've been having some activity issues, but I think that's cool. I didn't intend to start a topic, but I'll tell you, I really did have a vivid dream, and I normally don't even remember my dreams, and I just knew that for some reason I had to Ohio. I had to get there, it's important. I want to go back to the dream because I don't even know what it was about, but for some reason I had to get to Elmira, and it still got me scratching my head, but glad to have some kind of top for it up. And, you know, I got some other weird dreams I could talk about, too, but, man, need a lot more time for that. So I'll pass it back to you, Nick, and then you can toss it to whoever is next. But I'm glad to be in here on this AfterNet, and I'm going to try to jump in on the 8 WKY repeater system. I got to use Echolink, I think, to get in there when we're not connected on the drop-in. But great stuff. Glad to get in here. 7-3 to all. Thank you, my friends. You made my night, and I got to get on fire one of these days because my heart's on fire for Elmira. Tails up far.
Mow wow. KL7FR. Have a great night, man. We'll be listening for you in the morning. Gary, go.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm drawing a parallel with that. I think it was on Netflix, maybe. Either Netflix or the Amazon thing, Prime, I think. But it was the series Stranger Things. That was in Hawkins, Indiana. Okay? And if you guys have seen Stranger Things, maybe the fact that Mike is having these dreams and drawing him to Elmira has something to do with Stranger Things in Hawkins, Indiana. All right, anybody with me on this? Over to you, John. W2JLS, AA8CF.
Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra, W2JLS returning. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, buddy. I have no idea, but I'll have to dig into Stranger Things probably to get the gist of that. I was thinking it was bizarre that out of no place with Frozen Radio not knowing, I mean, maybe Mike doesn't know who I am at all. Maybe he doesn't remember me like I remember him from other nets all over, different places in the United States. But I'm aware of him, and it was weird for me because he's calling out my hometown, being in Ohio with a name, and I didn't even know it was here. So to me, it was really a strange coincidence that we are having this after, and that came up kind of randomly. Kind of bizarre coincidence.
W.
Sorry, I had to let the letter I station ID do its business there. And Gary, I did my research for you, buddy. Let me hook you up. So, in the United States, as far as Elmira is concerned, there's my hometown in New York. We have a sister sub-town called Elmira Heights, also in New York. And there's an Elmira, California. I can't really tell you anything about these other places. I did go to school in Elmira Heights at Thomas Edison High School, kind of cool, named after Thomas Edison, obviously. Elmira, Illinois, Elmira, Michigan, Elmira, Oregon, Elmira, West Virginia, and as we've already discussed, Elmira, Ohio. So I found that many. There are at least 7 states with the town of Elmira.
beyond that, I dug deeper for you, Mr. Shorter, because you're a neighbor and you're cool, and you're the El Presidente of the repeater. So, the Sarah Club, I should say, more appropriately. Yeah, obviously in the United States we have those places I've listed, but Canada, the place I mentioned earlier, up in Prince Edward Island, has an Elmira. Russia has an Elmira in the village of Volgograd Oblast. That's kind of crazy. And Uzbekistan has an Elmira in the Tashkent region. Go figure, who knew? W2JLS back to KD8SLG.
WN8SCI.
Jump in there, Walter.
7FR jumping in here. We got disconnected. I was on Dewdrop in, but I reconnected Dewdrop in. Fascinating stuff from Elmira, but I have to get to Elmira, Ohio. That was specific in the dream. I hope no one offended. There's nothing else going on Dewdrop in. I reconnected us through Dewdrop in. And carry on with the Afternet. Some good stuff. KL7FR.
WN8SCI, jump in there, buddy.
Yeah, how's it going? I just turned the radio up a little bit ago, and I thought I'd throw my call out, so not really sure what you guys are talking about or where the conversation's at, so I'll just go ahead and keep it going, just throwing the call out, and maybe I'll make some comments.
KD8SLG returning. Good evening, Walter. And Alaska Mike, man, I'm so glad you weren't trying to get to Elmira, Uzbekistan. That's all I got to add to that. Gary, go.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm playing with ChatGPT here, trying to defend my claim that pick any town, name of a city, town, or whatever, and you'll find it in every state in the United States. So I thought I would invoke ChatGPT to see how smart they are. But of course, it's taking a couple different iterations of asking the questions, as always with this. So I said, for instance, I said, list any Elmira city or town in the United States. And it came back and said Elmira is primarily associated with the city in New York. But there are other places named Elmira in the United States. Here are a few examples. All right, so they gave me basically what John had already mentioned. So I thought, well, wait a minute. I don't want examples. I want everything. So I said, and they keep saying some of them. So what I said, please provide all instances of Elmira as a town or city in the United States. And ChatGPT came back and said there are several instances of places named Elmira in the United States. Here is a list of some of them. There's 7. New York, California, Illinois, Michigan, Missouri, Oregon, West Virginia. Okay, I'm defeated. You won, John. Over to you, W2JLS, AA8CF.
W2JLS returning. Let's not call it a defeat. We'll just call it, a learning experience. Yeah, having lived in the town of Elmira and been alive 55 years, I've had a chance to look around a bit. I can tell you the name I have. My last name is not common, but it shows up here and there. And my hometown's name is also not common. And it's Elmira as a place name, and Elvira, the song, and the kind of creepy, hot, Western-looking, tall babe with big boobs as the actor, whatever the hell she was. Personality. Those are two different words, Elmira and Elvira. I think I know you guys knew that. But anyway, it's cool that they think my hometown is the biggest Elmira. It definitely was a town of note in cooler ways, maybe in the late 1800s, early 1900s. I wouldn't say it's terrible or anything now. It's just, it's not what it used to be, maybe. For example, that is not the birthplace of Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, but it is where he lived, and he found his wife and married, and he wrote some of his works there. And he had their family home with his wife was Mary Langdon, was out on Quarry Farm up in Elmira, and his study was there. It's now on the campus at Elmira College. It's kind of cool. Anyway, it has some interesting history, but its present could be better, I would say. W2JLS passing the mic over to KDSLG, maybe with a pause. I'm probably forgetting Walter. Maybe if Walter wants to pop in.
Not now. The net is about to start. Stand by. N70E.
KD8SLG, we'll be dropping the drop in. Thanks for letting us know there's a net about to start. No worries. KD8SLG. Go, Walter.
Hey, thanks for the afternet on the W8WKY. KL7FR, I'll be clear. Drop in is dropping. Going to start that. KL7FR, I'll be clear. Thanks, my friends.
It's done. Go, Walt.
Yeah, W8SDI. How's everyone doing? Today was my Friday, so I'm just trying to think what I want to do the next 2 days. I'm going to get any radio in, and that's pretty much it. How's everyone doing?
W8SDI, KD8SLG, we're all doing pretty good there, Walter. So, enjoy your 2 days off there, buddy. Thanks for jumping in and saying hi. Glad to have you on board. And Drop-In's gone, but it was fun having Alaska Mike in here, that's for sure. He's a character. Man, John, I had so much to unpack from that. Well, first of all, about encyclopedias, I grew up in a library. My mom was a librarian at Penn State, so she took me to work with her all the time. And I know my way around the card catalog and the Dewey system there. I really do. And microfiches and all that fun library stuff, man. There was something special about flipping through a card catalog, finding some obscure article in a magazine, having to go across campus to find it in some other place. Those were good times. The internet makes it easy, but it doesn't always work the way you want it to. Especially those AI things, Gary. KD8SLG over to A8CS.
Yeah, I was going to bring up the Dewey Decimal System myself. Yeah, I honed my teeth on the Dewey Decimal System. Oh my God, the card catalog. And then you would find a few books that you want to go. I mean, you would find the books in the card catalog. They were never there. Oh, I hated that. I honest to God, in Microfiche, that was even worse. I am constantly amazed that you watch movies of people investigating stuff, and they get into what. WTGLS and the group AAHCS.
W2JLS returning. It's 12:02 a.m. And relative to libraries and the Dewey Decimal System and that topic, and Elmira, I can tell you one of my favorite libraries was actually in Elmira. Two of them, actually. One is the Steele Memorial Library, which is the public library system in that area. They have several branches, some of which have closed since I left, which is kind of happening all over the planet right now with libraries. Smaller ones are not surviving. The advent of the Internet is taking them out. Other factors as well, but that's a big one. The one library though I've really enjoyed in my high school years into college years, and I would love to go there still, is the college library. Elmira College is.
Go, Walt.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was up to you. Yeah, doubling it SCI at 12:04. And, well, I still got the whole night ahead of me. I'm probably going to be up for a while, maybe do some experiments. So, looks like 20 meters is definitely dead. 40 meters isn't the most active that I've ever seen it at this hour. So, maybe I'll try to see what's going on 80. So, I don't know if any of you guys are going to be on HF later tonight, but if you are, maybe I'll hear you.
All right, well, have fun out there in HF land. You guys got me thinking about libraries, and so my mom had a bunch of work-study students that worked for her over the years. So all of the ones that needed a kid to experiment on for, say, IQ tests or anything, I was their target, which was always kind of fun as a ute, if you will. Now, when I started getting a little bit older, 13, 14-ish, you know what I mean, and I was hanging around a library, some of those work-study students became a lot more interesting. And for some reason, I flash back to this pair of twins. And boy, if I knew now, if I knew then what I know now, I would have a story for you guys. That's all I can say. AAHCS, KDSLG. Go, Gary.
All right, Nick, you make me laugh, buddy. You make me laugh. Well, I got a pair story as well. When we were in, I was coming back from. Well, we were flying home on leave, I guess it was, and it was right after like our boot camp kind of thing, and we were going back home for. It's a long story about the time, but we were flying home. We were in our uniforms and stuff, and anyway, Jay McKeever, one of my favorite guys in the whole wide world, this beautiful girl was pushing the stroller with two kids, and Jay went up and said, "Hey, nice pair." And she said, "Oh, thank you." And he says, "Yeah, nice kids too." And you know what? I condemned him forever for that comment, but I don't know. It just kind of happened, and it happened just the way I said it. Okay, obviously I'm done, and it's midnight. I got to go to bed. I got to be up at the ungodly hour. I'll be up at 6:30 making coffee and getting ready and trying to find my sextant, sharpening the lead. I don't know what that thing is anymore. Anyway, I got to get ready for the net tomorrow morning, and I'm in no shape right now. So I got to go take some vitamins and sleep for 14 hours and about 6. So that's what I got to do. Over to you, John. I'll listen out. W2JLS, AAHCS, 73 all.
8080 PC.
Jump in there, Dustin.
We're clear.
All right, I heard somebody else trying to come in there. Other station there. You want to go ahead and I'll take it after you?
KF5ADE, Nick, KG5SLG. It was just me. I was just, I know Gary's got to get to bed, and I'm over here laughing, standing up, listening to the comments. Is Frozen Radio, is he single, or has he got a YL? Over?
I know he's got some kids, so I'm guessing he's got an XYL there, Nick.
Good. I kept my mouth shut. Didn't say anything stupid like I would normally do, so you'd know. KF580, we're going to go ahead and shut it down here. You guys have a good evening. Thanks a lot. KF580 along with KG5SYC is clear. 7-3. Good night, y'all.
W8WKY.
All right, 73 there, Nick and Sandy. You all have a great night, and thanks for coming and checking us out on the Beacon Net. All right, we're here for the after party, I guess. Gary will say 73 to you if you're still listening. John, hello to you, and just Nick and Walter. Good to hear everybody out there. I stepped away for a little bit, and now I'm back, and I'm off work tomorrow, so I can stay up a little later tonight if I want to. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. John, I think you take it away from here, so W2JLS from KD80PC.
W2JLS returning. Good to hear you back, Dustin. Gary was just clearing. I was probably just clearing. I think Walter's in there. He was also sounded like he was going to do some HF work. Trying to pick up the train of thought that Gary, we were talking about, I guess libraries. A couple of quick points. one, Nick's mom worked at the Penn State University library, and I spent some time there 2 years in a row. When I was in high school, I went to Penn State band camp, and I did, being the complete dork I was back then. I'm so cool now, by the way. I'm very cool, not a dork at all. Not the kind of guy that likes hanging out in libraries. Anyway, I hung out at the Penn State Library, so maybe I even met Nick's mom. Who knows? It's possible. But one of the things that I thought was really cool, they had an entire library area that was devoted to music, and you could go dig up vinyl, and they had facilities for listening to that stuff back then. I mean, this was before, not dating myself too much to say that this was before CD. And maybe ran into Nick's mom. Who knows? Maybe Nick can tell us if she worked in that section ever. Other than that, I did wander through the stacks and stuff in the main library. Pretty impressive place, actually. But I still remember one of the albums I found there was the soundtrack to the TV show Cosmos by Carl Sagan back then, not Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't even want to touch that. But I will say I listened to that while I was there, and was so excited I came home. I remember telling Mom, and that ended up being a Christmas present for me back then. And that album still sits on vinyl in the room adjacent here to the radio room downstairs. So there's that. A lot of nothing, but Gary, I apologize. I don't remember your other comments. I'll have to get back to you on the rest of that stuff, but cool. Good chatting with you guys. W2JLS, passing it along to Nick.
KD8SLG returning. W2JLS. My mom worked the Pollock Library for years. She ran that entire one. And then it turned into a computer lab. And she ended her career at Petit Library, where I'm sure you went for the stacks. Boy, I could tell you some stack stories, but I can't tell you on the radio. But she worked in the reserve reading room, which was really, really cool, because that's where they kept the rare books, the odd ones, the stuff that you couldn't take out of the library, which was kind of cool. And that was a fun facet. One of the things I always enjoyed was she worked nights early on when I was kind of a kid, and she worked in one of the there was a library in the basement of one of the dormitories, and on the weekends they would show movies, and I used to go watch the movies with all the college kids in basically one of their rec rooms or college or cafeterias, but it was pretty cool. I remember seeing 2001 repeatedly. It used to drive my mom nuts because it was a long movie. It went longer than she was working, and she would have to wait for me. And waiting for me is something that my mom did not like to do. So there. And I just got to say this. This one time at band camp. Walt, you still out there, Walter? If not, Dustin, pick it up.
WNSCI. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just listening and playing some games and stuff. But yeah, how you doing, Dustin? And yeah, I'm off the next 2 days too, so maybe maybe we can plan something if you're feeling that. But yeah, just got my experiments, my high voltage experiment that I haven't really found a way to successfully carry out yet. And yeah, that's about it. Just listening to you guys and enjoying the radio license and my equipment. So, other than that, nothing too provocative to say at the moment. So, I guess I'll go ahead and pass it onward to Nick. Dominate SCI.
Go D.
All right, sorry there, guys. Walter, good to hear you out there. I'm off tomorrow. I do got to work Friday, but maybe I've got a couple of things going on tomorrow, but possibility. You be careful there with that high voltage, man. Not something to mess around with. Otherwise, on a totally unrelated note, during the net, I learned how to make keychains out of paracord. So I made one of those tonight, just for shits and giggles. Oop, pardon my language there. Anyway, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of material. I'm talked out from the net, so I think it goes over to John now, W2JLS, to take it from KD8EPC.
W2JLS returning for one last over, and I'm gonna cut it short and go to bed. I have to get up early and go be a scientist someplace. I was gonna, for Gary Shorter, who's probably passed out or in bed sleeping, but if he's still listening, I was going to give him kind of an advance, because I've been bad about checking in to the barometer net, but I'm sitting next to the Word and Works here from St. Louis, Missouri. My barometer hanging on the wall is reading 30 Mark 5.5, 30 Mark 5.5, which falls into the colder section of the barometer. And I will say that as the year's gone on, since picking this thing up in March, I can say that the in the cooler months like it is now, I've noted the barometric pressure tends to be higher, which makes sense because the density would probably increase but kind of cool. So anyway, Gary Shorter, if you're listening, there's your advance on the barometric pressure, buddy. W2JLS, guys, thanks. It was fun. Frozen Radio, I know you're gone. Man, that was crazy, whipping Elmira out and showing me a town in Ohio. That's nuts. And Uzbekistan, now we know. W2JLS, I'll be clear, guys. Thanks for tonight. It was fun.
W2JLS, KDSLG. You have a good night, John. It's great talking to you. And, my brother from another mother. Have a good night. I'm about to cut out of here, too, guys. I'm pretty much toasted at this point and trying to save my voice. But tomorrow is a new day. It's a Thursday. I don't do anything on the radio, which means I've only got 3 or 4 nets to check into. Anyway, I'm going to cut out of here, too. We'll throw it to Walter, and then it goes to Dustin, I believe. WNNSCI, KDSLG.
W8WKY.
Well, yeah. I don't mind going in whatever direction with the conversation. I'm just playing some games right now and looking at waterfalls, and yeah, I'll go ahead and pass it over to Dustin. What do you got? Any plans on your day off?
All right there, KD8EPC from WN8SCI there. We'll say 73 to John and Nick real quick. And Walter, tomorrow I'm going to pick up a van that my buddy bought and is going to be hooking me up with. So I'm going to go pick that up tomorrow and do a couple of things that he's done real quick before it's going to be roadworthy. And then I'll be in a better than what I've got now van.
Okay, yeah, very nice, very nice. All right then. Well, I'm sure that'll be nice. Do you still have your radio in the van right now?
I don't have one in there at the moment, actually, at all. I took it out. It's sitting here in the shack because I was anticipating getting this new one here sooner than later. So, yeah, I figured I'd get that out, and I'm going to set it up way better. I had to shut it off anyway because my coax was starting to get pinched in the door. I'm going to find a better way to run it into the new van. There's got to be a hole or something somewhere in that new van that'll be better than slamming it in the door every time. But anyway, Walter, I hate to cut it short. My dog's over here whining at me, so I got to take her outside one more time before we go to bed. So I'm going to say 73 to you for now also, and yeah, just give me a holler tomorrow. I keep the radio on. If I end up not getting busy there, we could try to get together or something. So I'm going to be clear there on your final, and be careful with that experiment, man. High voltage is no joke. KD80PC, I'm clear with WN8SCI on your final, my friend.
All right, very good. All right, sounds good. I'll probably be on the repeater a couple times throughout the day. So if you hear me, just reach out and we can try to plan something if you're good. And then I suppose it goes over to Nick if you're still here.
Oh, Walt, you know I'm always here, but I'm heading in the right direction for bed. You guys have a great night. KD8SLG, I'm clear.
All right, 73. If you guys all take it easy, and I'll be listening.